Charlie Munger's perspective on the current situation. He compared some aggressive investors to racetrack bettors who were buying stocks on a frenzy when he was addressing at an annual meeting for Los Angeles-based newspaper publisher Daily Journal Corporation, of which he is chairman. He adds that he thinks the current state of the markets is similar to the dot-com boom and that it must end badly, but I don't know when. The S&P 500's price-to-earnings ratio is about 40 currently, and the last two times it was higher than that was during the financial crisis and the dot-com bubble. Munger's concerns are not unwarranted. Recently, many investors have inflated valuations, raising the possibility that a correction or significant crash is coming. But it doesn't guarantee it will occur today, tomorrow, next week, or even in a month or two. Munger claims that if he were dictator for a day, he would dissolve what he refers to as the marriage between investors seeking long-term prosperity and those seeking quick profits who pool their funds in the same stock market. In addition to this, in Munger's perfect world, there would be some form of tax on short-term gains that would encourage stockholders to hold on to their investments for a more extended period of time and decrease liquidity. Munger compared the enormous sums of cash moving about every day to people getting drunk at a party, and without thinking about the consequences, saying that present liquidity levels have generated wretched excess and danger for the country. He further warned on how democracy may die. He gave one such example by saying that when the insane demagogue Hitler won with 40% of the vote, we soon had a tyrant who was hell-bent on starting a world war. The past is not a happy one, and the Germany that Hitler ruled over was a highly developed and cultured country. The Catholic Church in Germany insisted that little Albert Einstein, a little Jewish kid, complete his primary education, and he often remarks that this was an important fact. That country is definitely quite sophisticated. Hitler is what you get, therefore, if you allow your country to decline too far. We provided evidence for it, he added. Why, in your opinion, is inflation rising? The global inflation rate is currently among the highest it has been in more than 40 years. A number of different things all happening at once are what's causing this inflation. How does high inflation affect society? Because inflation is a constant, prices rise over time in a steady march. All fiat currencies are intended to lose purchasing power over time as more money is supplied to the monetary system. The goal of central banks is to control inflation at or below 2%, but they have repeatedly fallen short of this goal. According to Munger, investors reassessing their portfolios is an excellent approach to protect themselves if they're concerned about a market crash or if stocks are too pricey. Investors might consider purchasing shares of a prestigious healthcare stock like Johnson & Johnson, rather than Amazon at a PE ratio of over 70. With a PE of 28, it is a considerably more affordable purchase, and the company appears to be quite robust. It checks off every essential box that value-conscious investors should be searching for. It has continuously generated profits, and just once during the previous 5 years did its net margin drop below 17%. Johnson & Johnson had revenues of $82.6 billion in 2020, a marginal increase over the $82.1 billion it generated in 2019. For investors, there are numerous further alternatives. The COVID-19 panic last year gave investors a once-in-a-generation chance to buy into businesses like Amazon, Walmart, and Zoom, which were sold off but ended up making enormous profits from the accompanying lockdowns and altered customer behavior. Today, however, all of the low-hanging fruit has already been plucked, and the only businesses that are still struggling are those that had pandemic-related setbacks. However, given that the COVID-19 vaccine is being spread quickly, spring is just around the corner, and society's getting close to herd immunity, the pandemic's headwinds will start to decrease significantly soon. In reality, some business leaders have already accounted for significant social, behavioral, and economic normalcy in their 2021 forecasts. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel if such topics pique your interest. Do press the bell icon so you get notified whenever we post our next video. Drop in your views on this situation in the comments below.